رسول الله سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Narrated Umar radiallahu anhu, my Ansari neighbor from Bani Umayyah bin Zayd, who used to live at Awali al-Medina, and I used to visit the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam by turns. He used to go one day and I another day. When I went, I used to bring the news of that day regarding the divine inspiration and other things. And when he went, he used to do the same for me. Once my Ansari friend, in his turn on returning from the Prophet ﷺ, knocked violently at my door, and I asked if I was there. And he asked if I was there. I became horrified and came out to him and said, what's wrong? He said, today a great thing has happened. I then went to Hafsa and saw her weeping. I asked her, did Allah's Messenger ﷺ divorce you all? She replied, I do not know. Then I entered upon the Prophet ﷺ and said, while standing, have you divorced your wives? The Prophet ﷺ replied in the negative. On that I said, Allahu Akbar, Allah Azza wa Jal is the most gracious. And the last hadith was narrated by Abu Mas'ud al-Ansari radiallahu anhu. Once a man said to Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, O Allah's Messenger, I may not attend the compulsory salat, prayer, because and so the Imam prolonged the salat when he leads us for it. The narrator added, I never saw the Prophet ﷺ more furious in giving advice than he was on that day. The Prophet ﷺ said, O people, some of you make others dislike good deeds, the salat and the prayer, so whoever leads the people in salat should shorten it, because among them there are the sick, the weak, and the one who is in a state that requires urgent relief, having some urgent job also to do. This is a very important hadith of the salat length, and also in this hadith there is an action Rasulullah did, and that is when he was giving that speech, he was angry, and he was furious as the narration revealed, and that's why Bukhari rahimahullah named that chapter to be furious while preaching or teaching if one sees what one hates. So this is why some of the scholars say that Rasulullah, when he used to make the khutbah of Jum'ah, you see him sometime all red and angry, and you can see his neck's vein and nerves from his anger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But his anger was for the haqq sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he used to give the speech to remind the people of Akhirah, he alayhi salatu wasalam get angry because he feels for the people what might wait for them Yawm al-Qiyamah. Remind them and get furious because he wants them to follow the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because as the scholars say, when you call the people for the haqq, you call them against everything they want, against everything they like. You're asking them to fight their desires, and this is the hardest things for a person to do, to fight his own desires, his own belief that he had from his ancestor, just like what happened with the Kuffar Quraysh when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were in a very big ordeal, because when he asked them to follow the haqq, they said, you want us to leave what we found our parent doing for years and decades just to follow your new belief? And this applies to all kind of branches. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا.